about Nostalgia Critic or Doug's Critic of Breaking Dawn, and I can understand, how you feel just by solely watching the movie separately without knowledge of this book. Um, that yes, the movie doesn't explain certain parts, most likely like the um, abortion part, or why is it such a damnation? The movie doesn't explain it, but since considering on how big this book is, like, let me say, what page does this end off of? 754, nearly 800. So Hollywood has to cut it in half like they did Harry Potter. So all of the explanation is in the other half of this book. This is a big ass book. So yes, they did cover the explanation. But if you're going to judge the movie and the book together, I would say you have to actually read the book and then judge the book and the movie together. Then you say, okay, like, you know what's next, you know why this happens. The pregnancy part, and oh my god, this baby is a damnation. This baby is, oh my god, it's just a subplot. It's just a subplot to get to the main plot. The main plot is Volturi. Spoilers for people who didn't know and who probably never read the book. The movie intentionally, I believe, is marketed to all of the fans who read the book, and also because you know how much they made in box office. Because it's kind of like, yeah, we made this much money, haha. So that goes to said, the abortion, the why it's damned, why it's like this, that's all on the other half. You didn't get to that part. Yes, the movie itself, it didn't, explain like, it should have. But it wouldn't be following the book how the readers know it and know it's supposed to be on the other half. You know. So everything as to, okay, why they're not, they're jumping around the topic. It's a touchy subject. If it was like you had something god awful happen to you, you would be you would be like, it would be like the most horrendous thing to happen in your mind that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to explain, but then later on you're going to have to explain. That's kind of how it went. And also, if they explain the first half, all the readers are going to be bitching a fit. You know, mo- mobs, Twilight mobs are much as big a mob as Star Trekkies and Star Wars mobs. Don't. And yes, they have a doctor, which is why Edward asked Carlisle if this is possible because he's a doctor. So, because he knows the historical past of the vampire generation. He's been with the Volturi. They're like the Volturi. They're like communists. Like, I guess, in other words, probably Russia, China, Soviet Union, or whatever. They want to keep things in order. So that's what it was like. So that's why he was asking, is this possible? Edward probably doesn't know because he probably never heard of it. No one ever probably explained the vampire child tragedy all the elder vampires went through because they don't want to explain it. If you're as an adult and you had a child who went something really horrible, would you explain it to them? Look, Sonny, um, yeah, don't have a child because um they're gonna have to kill it and they're gonna kill all of us, making us be exposed to the human world, and then we're gonna have to also kill all the humans who also know. So yeah, thanks. Bye. You don't want to do that. That's pretty much enough said. But the movie itself, I can understand why it probably got a bad review because it doesn't explain. If it was the 4 hours that every every reader wanted to have explanation log sitting at the damn theater and all, we would have been fucking happy about that. Yes, some other newcomers wouldn't like it. They'd probably leave after 2 hours, maybe. But all the fans who read the book, who know the book by heart, to know each part, they know which one is coming. So I think I said my spew. Like, it's not like they don't know what they're talking about. They're not talking about like human abortion. They were talking about, well, yeah, abortion is abortion. Don't get me wrong. I don't like abortion either. But in their defense for the vampires who are saying, Bella, you're an idiot. If you read the book, she was a fucking idiot. Because she was, yeah, she was doing the motherly thing of, I want to keep my child. But if it's going to kill you and then drain you of all your blood, not to mention the history the vampires have that she doesn't know about yet either, or probably Edward yet. Um, well, probably Edward does know, considering he was like, it's abomination and all that. But it's pretty much like their mythologically of everything that's happened. If there's any questions that needs answering, then feel free to ask, because as a fan, and yes, I also keep my brain on during the movies. Like, yes, if you looked at it as um just the movie itself, yes, it has a lot of plot hole. It's kind of like when you're watching a movie of a television show that's targeted for people who've watched the show, because there's going to be a lot of unexplained reasons if you never uh, watch any of the series. Kind of same thing, I guess, like other video games, that they'll have characters and they won't explain who they are. They are expecting you to have played the first game, second game, third game, and whatever game before that game, because then you already know who each character are. So it's kind of like that seminology. So that's all I have to say.